Today I am going to tell you about such bloodthirsty jinns that made life difficult for humans. They say some walls breathe and others hide, no living soul behind them, yet still hear everything. At the edge of a deserted village in Punjab stood an old mansion, Haveli-e-Zafran. Long ago, it belonged to Nawab Arif-ad-Din, a wealthy landowner consumed by greed and pride. After his death, the Haveli was abandoned. But the villagers whispered, it wasn't empty, it was occupied. They said the Nawab had made a pact with a jinn to protect his wealth. With his own blood, he wrote strange words across the walls, trapping the creature inside. But the night he died, the seal broke. Years later, a construction company from the city decided to buy the property and turn it into a luxury resort. 5 laborers were sent to inspect the site. After the first night, 3 never came back. The next morning, the search team found burn marks on the floor, as if oil had been poured and set aflame. And on one wall, written in dried blood, were 3 words: I am free. No bodies were ever found. Only voices, faint cries, footsteps, and a woman's laughter that echoed from the Haveli after midnight. The police couldn't explain it. So the government called a renowned spiritual scholar, Maulana Salimuddin, known for confronting dark entities. The moment he entered the Haveli, the wind outside stopped. He whispered, no man lives here, something else does. And it is angry. He opened the Quran and began his recitation. But as soon as he finished the first verse, a scream erupted from the walls. Ash fell from the ceiling. Lamps extinguished. Darkness swallowed the room. This isn't an ordinary jinn, he said. This one belongs to the lineage of Shimar. They feed on human fear. Maulana explained that this jinn was ancient, centuries old. Once, in the deserts of Baghdad, it had been imprisoned after burning 100 people without fire. The creature had been sealed inside a clay vessel and thrown into the sea. But Nawab Arif-ud-Din, blinded by greed, retrieved that same vessel, seeking power. He made a deal and broke the balance. The jinn turned on him, killing every member of his family, one by one. In desperation, the Nawab bled himself dry, sealing the jinn once more. But the prison would only last as long as his life. The attempt to recage the jinn, Maulana Salimuddin began reciting powerful verses again. The walls trembled. The air thickened, heavy, suffocating. Then, suddenly, a door slammed shut behind him. He turned and saw it. Something tall, bent, wrapped in smoke, eyes burning like fire. It laughed, the sound echoing through the walls. How many prisons will you build, Maulana? I live in fear, and you are all afraid. Before he could complete the final verse, the light exploded. For one blinding instant, the entire mansion was engulfed in flames. Then silence. When he woke, he was on the ground. A circle of scorched earth surrounded him, and inside it, a cloud of black smoke, trapped. The Jinn had been contained, but it was smiling. The Jinn's last words, Malena gasped. "In the name of God, you are bound." The Jinn whispered, "I am bound, but not gone. After you, someone else will free me, because mankind never learns." Then came a shriek, an explosion, and darkness. When the Malana awoke, he was alone. All doors were sealed, and on the wall, written in ash, were the words, "One day, I will return." The government sealed the Haveli. No one dared enter. Years passed until one night, a group of YouTubers came to film a haunted Haveli challenge. They entered after midnight. In the final seconds of their recording, the camera began to shake, the lights flickered, and a faint voice whispered, "You've opened the door." Then a scream, and the video cut to black. No one from the team was ever found. When the police recovered the footage, the last frame showed a blurred shadow to glowing eyes standing directly behind the cameraman. To this day, Haveli's Afrin remains locked and guarded, but villagers say that sometimes, in the dead of night, the lamps inside light themselves, and a voice murmurs behind the sealed door, ready to add another name. They say the Jinn still remembers the names of all 100 it has killed, and that number is growing. So, if you ever feel the silence breathe around you, pray that the next name written in blood is not your own.